This is Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him no warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. Call halal la YAHAWAH YAHAWASHI. YAHAWAH Kadash. All praises and glory go to you, Lord. Double honors and respect go to our apostles, our elders, teachers, men of great millstone. To you I say shalom. It's your brother Amraya, and I'm back with another one. And I have a collective of articles that have been gathered together from the state that I am currently residing in, which is Texas, specifically from the city of Houston, which has seen the murder rate recently skyrocket. And I wanted to highlight these judgments because we are in the year of YAHAWAH Wa YAHAWASHI turning up, and people being judged on a level that they were not judged previously. Now, in these articles, you're going to see a lot of death. And I wanted to begin here in 2nd Ezra in chapter 15. Verse 5 is where I'll begin. It says, Behold, saith Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. That cup is filled. It is time for fury and wrath and vengeance. Verse 6, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith Yahweh, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore thus saith Yahweh, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. Let's check out the video.
Every day, Houstonians hear of homicides being committed in the largest city in Texas. And we've been keeping track of that rising rate. Just last year at this time, we had 16 homicides. Well, as of today, that number is 26. That is a 63% increase from a year ago. Our Michael Lepardi live tonight downtown with a closer look at these disturbing and alarming statistics. Michael?
Well, a member of the Super Neighborhood Alliance called those numbers, quote, extremely concerning.
Behind me is a scene marking a violent, very violent week here in Harris County. This is now the 8th homicide in the county. This is a scene marking a violent, very violent week here in Harris County. This is now the 8th homicide in the county. This is a scene marking a violent, very violent week here in Harris County. This is now the 8th homicide in the county this week. Let me step out of the way and give you a look at the scene. Deputies have been here since around 6:45 this evening. Again, Northeast Harris County is where we are at. They've been here since 6:45, and we have video from the scene. What they're telling us is that around 6:45, there were two drivers, one in a light-colored truck and the other in a silver sedan. They got into some type of engagement near the Beltway and Mesa feeder road. Witnesses say the two vehicles then were cutting each other off, driving down the feeder road when the driver in the truck sped up next to the sedan and then fired multiple shots. That driver in the sedan died right there at the scene, while the driver of the truck drove off and down the feeder road and got away.
The family of a 16-year-old shot and killed in a Southwest Houston park is one step closer to justice. Diamond Alvarez was walking her dog when she was shot 22 times.
Yes, I know. It is a very troubling time that we are in. But I wanted to continue reading out of this chapter, 2 Ezra chapter 15. Verse 18 is where I'll take up again. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And the tribulation has already begun. You have people out here who don't have jobs that are now turning to crime. You have people out here who have had a bad 2020 and now are trying to take their aggression out on the world. And what you're seeing is the spirits of vengeance, which we'll get that here in a moment, laying on sore strokes, wrath upon the people, because we're in the season of judgment. Let's continue watching the video.
Investigators accuse her ex-boyfriend, 17-year-old Frank De Leon, of shooting Diamond. Alvarez's mother tells KPRC2 that he was the first and only person she suspected of murdering her daughter. And she spoke with KPRC2's Sophia Ojeda, who is live in the newsroom this evening. And Sophia, I can only imagine how devastating and emotional this is for Diamond's family. What else did Diamond's mother tell you?
That's right, Daniela. Super emotional and devastating. Diamond's mother says that she is thankful De Leon is now behind bars, but she wants to make sure that he stays there, and she won't stop working to get justice for her daughter.
When I was here with my daughter alone and kissing her, I heard a voice. I heard her voice telling me the name, like repeated the name and the name and the name. And when they asked me, I just blurted out the name. I screamed and I said, it's him. He was just angry at my daughter. It wasn't love. It wasn't a breakup. He was angry at my daughter.
Investigators say De Leon was in a relationship with Diamond and another young woman. When Diamond found out, she and De Leon met at the field on Park Manor Street. And that's when investigators say De Leon shot her 22 times and took off running.
The two agreed to meet around 9:30 at a park located in the 15400 block of Park Manor. Now, Alvarez's family says she was outside walking the family dog Peanut. When they heard gunshots, her parents became concerned. They even tried calling her, but she didn't pick up the phone. So her mother and stepfather came out here and found the dog alone. They knew something was wrong. They started searching and found her in a field. Diamond's mother says the judge should have never let De Leon post bond.
I mean, why? Why is he out? Why is he out? Why is he breathing the air? Why is he... Why? I don't think he doesn't deserve to breathe the air. Look at the light, the sun, the night. I don't have my daughter with me. Why should they have their son with them?
6:34 this morning, Houston police are investigating a mysterious shooting death that happened overnight on the north side.
A man was found shot to death behind the wheel of a truck. Michelle Choi is live on the scene for us this morning. Michelle, what have you learned so far?
Steph and Kimberly, unfortunately, this morning police tell us they do not have a lot to go on, and they're asking for the public's help to try and piece together who shot and killed this man. Now, I'm told that he was in his truck parked behind an apartment complex here off Perez Street, just off the North Freeway, when he was gunned down. You can see that the scene is now clear, but we also have some overnight video we want to show you. Now, police say the victim, a man in his mid-30s to 40s, was sitting behind the wheel of his truck when he was shot multiple times. A resident nearby telling police they heard at least 4 to 6 shots being fired. That's when they came out and found the man and tried to give him CPR, but he didn't make it and died here at the scene. Right now, police don't have a motive or a suspect.
At approximately right before 7 p.m., our Clear Lake patrol officers responded to a shooting that had just occurred here at the intersection of the Gulf Freeway and Hartsook. Upon arrival, they found an adult male deceased here near the sidewalk. At this point, we have a witness who stated that the male that was deceased was here at the corner when another male in a black four-door sedan, a passenger, exited the vehicle, had a conversation with him, and then proceeded to shoot him. And then the male ran over there, and that's where he died. The male then entered back into the vehicle and fled, going northbound on the Gulf Freeway.
We have new developments in that breaking news near Crosby, where the bodies of 3 teenagers were found in a home.
A relative made the discovery this afternoon after going to check on the teens at a home on Wolsick Road near Seaburg. Grace White is there tonight with what we have learned. Grace?
The sheriff telling us tonight these are 2 17-year-old girls and a 15-year-old boy. Neighbors out here in this rural community still coming to grips with what happened and wondering why.
It's really surprising to see something like this happen out here to one of us.
Along a rural stretch of road just outside Crosby, lights and sirens line the path to a family's home on Walcheck Road. From Air 11, you can see the crime scene, where deputies tell us the bodies of 3 teenagers were found inside. It was a family member that lives next door, Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez told us, that discovered the bodies this afternoon.
It appears that this may be a case of a possible double homicide and a suicide. But that is still going to be under investigation.
At least 2 of the 3 teens are related, the sheriff told us, but he did not identify the shooter. A gun was found inside the home, and making the investigation more difficult, the homeowner, the sheriff says, is away on travel.
Anytime there's a child involved, at the end of the day, we're all parents in some way and connected to young people, and it's extremely difficult when we're talking about young people.
These 3 teens.
Well, nearly every day, Houstonians hear of homicides being committed in the largest city in Texas. Nearly every day, Houstonians hear of homicides being committed in the largest city in Texas. Nearly every day, Houstonians hear of homicides being committed in the largest city in Texas. And we've been keeping track of that rising rate. Just last year at this time, we had 16 homicides. Well, as of today, that number is 26.
Unfortunately, their numbers are off because I got these articles a couple days ago. But you've had more than 26 homicides committed. The number is closer to about 32 or 33 now. But let's continue on.
Pointed out that it's a complex issue. The new year comes with a new start and some ongoing challenges. A little over 2 weeks into January, Houston police say the city's homicide count stands at 26, up from 16 the same time last year.
I think it's up. The rate is very high right now. I don't know what's driving it. I just do know that it has increased since I've been living in this area.
This is Sirach chapter 39, and verse 28 is where I'll begin. It says, "There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force, and appease the wrath of him that made them. And the one that is issuing forth all of these decrees, looking to be pleased by the vengeance that is going out into the world, is YAHAWAH Wa YAHAWASHI. He is the author, progenitor, producer of your ailments." Okay? And because people in the world have attached themselves so wickedly to sin, especially those of the house of Israel, you so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Americans, who are the true Hebrew Israelites of the Holy Bible. As the word says, he will begin in the house of the Lord first, which are you 12 tribes of Israel. Because you have not hearkened unto his word that has gone forth throughout the world by his prophets, teachers, apostles, etc. Now we are in the season for a vengeance. As the apostles of Great Millstone have coined the year, It is the year of YAHAWAH Wa YAHAWASHI turning up. And when that happens, which it is currently happening, you're going to see the body count rise. You're going to see burdens increase. You're going to see vengeance. Verse 29, fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. The teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. All these articles that I've played for you are pointing out that we are in the latter days. All these are an indication that we are in the time of judgment. Some are going to be judged onto righteousness, but others are going to be judged onto vengeance and destruction. I want to say, call halal la Yahawah Ba Yahawashi for this lesson. Give double honors and respect to our apostles, elders, teachers, men of great millstone. Shalom.